Okay, guys, I'm here for episode 4 of WCWtober, the review series where I look at all the WCW Halloween Havocs throughout the years for the first half of the month of October. So today, and the reason for WCWtober, is that Halloween Havoc generally took place around Halloween. So at least WCW had enough forward thinking to name the pay-per-view Halloween something, since it was taking place around Halloween, which WWE can't grasp. But anyway, Halloween Havoc 1992 took place on October the 25th, 1992, from the Philadelphia Civic Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So they went back to where the first Halloween Havoc took place. There are 7 matches on this card. We have 35 maximum star rating. The opening contest is a 6-man tag match. The Z-Man, Johnny Gunn, and Shane Douglas versus Michael Hayes, Arn Anderson, and Beautiful Bobby. It's an okay 6-man, I guess. It's 2 stars. The face team wins after Shane Douglas, I think it is, pins Michael Hayes. Or no, it's Johnny Gunn pins Michael Hayes, but all 6 guys were in the ring, so there really probably should not have been a count. This is the only pay-per-view I know that Johnny Gunn was ever a part of, so I don't really know what happened to him after this. I guess WCW just decided to drop him, but it's an okay match. It's 2 stars. So then we get Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus the newly heel-turned Flyin Brian Pillman in an okay match. It's 2.5 stars. It could have been better, honestly, given the talent of the 2 workers in the match. Could have been better than what it was. The finish is a finishing reversal sequence in which Brian Pillman pins Steamboat for a 2, but Steamboat then powers that out and ends up pinning Pillman and getting to 3. Like I said, given these 2 guys, this could have been a much better match than what it was. It's not a bad match but it's not a bad match, but it's a match that could have been better. It's a match that could have been better. 2.5 stars. So then we get a no disqualification match for the WCW United States Championship, as it's Vader versus Nikita Koloff. Vader is defending the United States Championship on behalf of Ravishing Rick Rude, who is supposed to defend against Nikita Koloff, but due to him also wrestling for the NWA Championship later, he got an injunction in the storyline against WCW that allowed him to have a surrogate defend the U.S. Championship, and he chose Vader. Medusa's banned from ringside, but the referee, the head referee, or just Ole Anderson, who had power, also bans Rick Rude and Harley Race from the arena, from the building, or at least from the ringside, despite Harley Race being Vader's official manager. I could understand Rude, but Harley Race has a manager's license, so for Vader at that time. This is a 1.5 star match. It's not the greatest thing in the world. Finishing sequences while they're outside in the ring. Nikita Koloff goes for the Russian sickle and misses, and he rams his arm into the ring post, and then Vader hits the power bomb to get the win. This is as far as I know, it's the last pay-per-view Nikita Koloff had in WCW. I'm not sure if it's his final WCW match, but I know it's his final pay-per-view he had in WCW. 1.5 stars. So then we get the Unified WCW World Tag Team Championship match. In the match of the night, the best match on this show, as it's Dustin Rhodes and Barry Windham defending against Steve Williams and Stunning Steve Austin. Why is Steve Williams Stunning Steve Austin? Well, Terry Bam Bam Gordy had been fired by WCW, so basically they put Austin Williams together because of that. Because this match was really supposed to be Rhodes and Windham against Williams and Gordy, but Gordy got fired for breaching his contract. So this is a 1-fall, 30-minute time limit match, and it goes the full 30 minutes. And since this essentially, again, is a one-off that didn't continue anything, a time limit draw bugs me, just because. As far as I know, Windham and Rhodes lost the the unified tag titles, I believe, was Ricky Steamboat and Shane Douglas, or it might have been another team who then lost them to Steamboat and Douglas, but I'm pretty sure that Windham and Rhodes lost, or some... I know Windham and Rhodes lost the titles, and that by Starrcade, Ricky Steamboat and Shane Douglas would be the unified tag team champions. But there is a spot here where Steve Williams pins Barry Windham, who's not the legal man, and the match continues, and then it just goes to the time limit draw. It's a very good match. It's 3.5 stars. But then the rest of this show really goes downhill. The early part of this show was okay, but the last 3 matches is where the problem lies with this show. Because the next match, NWA World Heavyweight Championship match, Masahiro Chono versus Ravishing Rick Rude, with special referees Kensuke Sasaki and Harley Race. Yes, there are 2 special referees in this match, because each competitor got to pick a referee. Chono picked Kensuke Sasaki, I guess because he's from Japan like Chono, and Rude picked Harley Race, who being a 7-time NWA World Champion, makes perfect sense. Race ends up winning a coin toss to be the inside referee, with Sasaki being the outside referee. And this match, it's 2.5 stars. It's not a bad match, but it is a boring match. It is a boring match. There's very little crowd noise. I only think the finishing sequence is where the crowd noise happens. This is a very boring match. And sometimes boring matches are not good to watch. In fact, they're not fun to watch. You can fall asleep watching a boring match. Finishing sequence is Chono accidentally kicks Harley Race out of the ring, and then Chono throws Rude over the top. Rude hits the Rude Awakening, but both referees are down. Chono puts Rude in the STF. Sasaki comes in and rings the bell, but then Harley Race, the inside official, disqualifies Chono for an over-the-top rope. Which, yeah, Harley Race was the inside official, but Sasaki also had refereeing capabilities, so both of them are in the right here. Now, like I said, I imagined they were going to continue this, but Chono ended up in a feud with Muda around Starrcade, and Rude was out with a back injury, so it's a 2.5 star match, and it's, for a boring match, it's an okay match for a boring match. So then we get the WCW World Heavyweight Championship match. Ron Simmons versus the Barbarian. This is Ron Simmons' first pay-per-view championship defense, and he's facing the Barbarian. Yeah. Ron Simmons did not have the best collection of challengers in the time that he was the WCW champion, which was from August of 91, or August of 92 until, I believe it is January of 92, when he, January of 93 when he lost the title to Vader. This match is okay for what it is. It's a 1.5 star match, but it's not good. Simmons eventually wins with the Power Slam and retains the championship. I just can't buy the Barbarian as a threat to the World Championship. And Ron Simmons' rights to WCW titles a lot like when the WWE gave JBL the championship. They both just came out of nowhere. Although, at least for Ron Simmons, WCW did build him up in 92. When they broke him away from Doom, they had him win match after match after match after match. So, instead of JBL, who just breaks away from they basically, with JBL, they broke him away from the APA, and then he's automatically inserted into a World Championship feud without actually winning any match, without getting a string of victories together. So, 1.5 stars. So then we get the main event of this show, a coal miner's glove match that came around because of the spin the wheel, make the deal concept. Spin the wheel, make the deal is essentially what the WWE did when they did the Raw Roulette, where you spun the wheel and whatever it is what it came on. But see, Raw Roulette was an entire show based around this concept, where Halloween Havoc 92 and 93 only do this for the main event match. And there's 12 different matches on there, things like an I Quit match, and all other kinds of matches. It lands on a coal miner's glove match, which is a match where you put a pole there, and then they hang a coal miner's glove on the pole, and who gets the glove can legally use it. Now, the glove doesn't even come into play in the finish. Well, I think it does, but this is Jake Roberts' only pay-per-view appearance in WCW. Because this is still when he was still in his whole thing with the drugs and alcohol that he was abusing. He wasn't as straight as he could have been here. The finishing sequence comes when Jake gets this snake. He's going to use it on Sting, but Sting hits him with the glove, and then the snake latches on to Jake, and that allows Sting to pin him and get the win. It's a 1-star match. There's not a lot to it, honestly. So, out of 35 stars, this show gets a 14.5. Now, that is enough to get a C-, because half of 35 is 17.5. So, this is a C- show. It's an improvement from 92. It's an improvement from 91. It's an improvement from 91, so only by a letter grade, but it's improvement over 91. So the next episode of WCWtober will be Halloween Havoc 1993, which will be uploaded probably Wednesday. So this will be in the WCWtober playlist. If you like the video, like button is down there, subscribe button is down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.